I'm McCulloch. I'm a senior at Parkville South, and I've been involved with YoungLife for about 3 years now. And I know some of you guys are parents who may not know what the heck YoungLife is, or you guys might have been involved with YoungLife pretty much your whole lives now. But I just kind of want to show you what this area is. YoungLife has produced in me, kind of with my testimony, if that's okay with you guys. And I hope it is, because it's going to anyway. But, I guess I'll just start from the beginning. My parents split up when I was 3 years old, which was it was really hard for me, because ever since then I kind of had these two sides of my family that really didn't like each other, and I didn't have that family unity that I knew I could go to this group of people for anything, and I knew that I could always rely on them, and I was just caught in the middle, because how could I love one side of my family more than the other? So my entire young life, no pun intended, was spent looking for this group of people that I could rely on. And my parents did a good job of raising me and trying to instill family values and Christian values in me. And my mom was always a loving, Christ-filled person. And my dad, I'm getting a little teary-eyed just looking at him, but my dad would always wake me up in the morning, even if it was just to watch church on TV. But growing up, I wouldn't have labeled myself as a Christian looking back, just because I never really had that relationship with him. And I think it was partially because I was young. But fast forward to high school, things are going good. I have this best friend, and me and him are pretty much inseparable. We hang out pretty much every day, and things are going good in high school. There's this guy named Tyler Arthur who, would always come up to me and compliment me. And I actually have this shirt, but he would always compliment me on this shirt right here. And this shirt means so much to me now. But he would always compliment me on it, and he would always just find ways to come up and talk to me. And this was a guy, he was homecoming king that year, his senior year, and coming up and talk to me made me feel like, man, high school's going to be great. And me and this friend that I had, we kind of started hanging out with other people. And slowly these pretty much just turned into parties. And there was one night, I remember that we would always go to the same person's house. There was one night that I remember he called me outside, and I was like, okay, me and my friend are going outside, have some cool guy time, just kind of talking. These three other guys followed us out, and we go to the side of this house, and we sit down in a circle, and they pull out what looks to be like a miniature cigar. And they start to smoke it, and they pass it around, and it comes to me, and I have this decision of, do I go against what I've been raised to believe in and to smoke this and keep this family thing that I feel like I have with this guy, or do I risk it and not do it and go with what I believe in? And I ended up smoking what ended up to be marijuana, and this ended up basically becoming like a daily occurrence for me. It was daily that I was doing this, and I wasn't physically addicted to it, but mentally I was, and it was through this that I kept this bond with this person and these people, and I never wanted to let go of it. And Tyler was always still there. He was still talking to me, asked me to come to YoungLife, but I was too busy, caught up in myself and with my friends and doing this kind of stuff. And there was one week I remember that it seems like my whole world just got flipped upside down, and the guy we were going over to his house basically said, I don't want you to come over anymore. And I was like, all right, it's a little rude, but, I expected this kid that I was best friends with to stick by my side, and he decided that he would rather go to this party and go to this guy's house still than hang out with me. And I got completely cut off from every person I knew in high school. And I was completely alone. And Tyler Arthur, I remember, came up to me. I was fortunate enough to have a gym with him second semester, and he came up to me. I remember one week, and he said, man, I really want you to come to YoungLife with me this week. And my whole schedule got freed up because I wasn't hanging out with these people anymore. and I said, okay. And I remember going to YoungLife, and it was a little weird. It was actually a lot weird. People are putting their arms around me, and we're singing songs, and we're playing games. And I remember my first night, I had bobbed for a pig's foot, and that was an experience I'll never forget. But I remember leaving and just loving it. And feeling like I almost belonged. And the year goes on, and the year's winding down, and it's one of the last clubs, and I've been hearing about this YoungLife camp all week, and Tyler basically told me, like, man, you got to go to YoungLife camp. It'll be the best week of your life. So summer comes around, and I'm still just feeling really alone because, I have this guy who's still one of my best friends this day, Tyler, and, but he can't spend all of his time with me. And I feel just really alone in my life. And I end up going to YoungLife camp, and I get sick. And I actually have to spend a couple days in the infirmary completely separated from every single person at camp. $700 to, be by myself, basically. And, I'm just thinking, God, I've been hearing about you this week, and you want to show me that you love me. Why would you let me get sick? And I remember there's a guy who's also one of my best friends to this day, Josh Lucas. He was a second timer that year. And he came every day I was in the infirmary, at least a couple times a day. And he came and he talked to me. And he told me the funny stories that happened at camp, the crazy experiences, the wild times. And it was through me getting sick that God showed me that you're never going to be alone. That there's these people out here that want to love you and just want to cherish you and just do everything with you. And, those people are Christians. And those are my people, Those are the people that, my son died and saved. And, now you're learning about what that means, kind of a thing. And, I'm crying right now, sorry. But, it's, I think my junior year now, or no, my sophomore year. And, YoungLife came, or part of the South campaigners had, been stopped temporarily because our main guy, YoungLife leader, had to move. So I started up a small group with some of my high school friends, and one of them's actually here tonight, Keaton Murray, and I started up this group with them, and it was a way to spread the gospel even more. And then I'm still going to YoungLife, and I'm still loving it, and it's growing, and then we come back, and it's YoungLife camp time again, and I have the opportunity to go as a second timer. And I end up going, and the most proud thing I could ever be a part of is one of my friends comes up to me towards the end of the week one night, and he hugs me and he starts crying. And I'm like, what's going on, man? And he says, I just wanted to thank you because without you telling me, you're going to YoungLife camp this year, I wouldn't have found out who Christ is. And I just wanted to thank you for giving me the opportunity to pushing me to meet Christ, and I will forever be changed because of this week. And I started crying, he started crying, and it was just an extremely joyous moment. And it comes back to this past year, my junior year, and YoungLife camp has grown even more, and it's becoming even better. And I get the opportunity to go as a junior leader, and I find out, God told me, you're not done with YoungLife after high school. And he tells me that, he puts this on my heart that I should, become a leader when I go into college and keep doing this and keep changing lives for him and still be a part of this. And I can tell you, without YoungLife, I don't know where I would be. I definitely wouldn't be here talking in front of all you guys. I definitely wouldn't be wanting to be a YoungLife leader. I wouldn't be wanting to pursue a career in ministry, in music. And to think that it was somebody that brought Tyler a YoungLife, and then someone brought that guy a YoungLife, and that got a YoungLife. That it's just amazing to be a part of this. And it's amazing to be able to, come up here and share my story. So I just wanted to thank you guys to listen to my story, and maybe, hopefully this, gives you a little insight on what YoungLife does and how amazing of a program this is. So thank you guys. I really